I will be presenting the next Youth StandOUT Award to Trevor Bessette. Did I pronounce your last name right? Okay. Trevor is a high school sophomore that recently moved to Bethlehem, New Hampshire. Trevor loves speaking out to educate people about gender and sexuality. He hopes to one day attend Juilliard and become a professor of music theory, history, and voice. When he lived in Vermont, Trevor was a mainstay in the Outright Youth drop-in space. His ability to empathize with other youth, coupled with his amazing sense of humor, allowed many youth to feel comfortable when visiting Outright for the first time. In addition, Trevor took it upon himself to write an official song for the inaugural season of Camp Outright that he taught to all the campers. He was a strong role model at camp and helped many youth feel more comfortable with their identities. And I would like to personally add that Trevor was one of the first people that really I met at Camp Outright, and he stuck in my mind for a very long time. He's a very interesting person, very funny, has one of the best senses of humor I've ever met, and the song that he wrote was absolutely amazing, so I'm sure that he will do amazing things in his lifetime. Let's test. This is Trevor. Here you go.
It's so pretty. I'll leave that there so I won't mess with it. I must say I've been in this tux since like 8 o'clock this morning because I've been very excited all day that I got to wear a tux. And I got to play with my hair and it was very fun. I have a speech. I'm Trevor Bessette, and I want to say thanks. And no, not so much for this award, but for everything Outright has done to help me through my struggles. Struggles I had growing up, and struggles I'm still currently dealing with today. I grew up here in Burlington for all my life for the most part. I had recently, unfortunately, moved to New Hampshire. I am so honored and grateful that I got to work with such an amazing group of people and organizations that made me realize I am who I am. I can be who I am. And I have at least one person help me through my struggles. For some who don't know me, I'm going to tell you a little part about it. Throughout middle school and beginning of my freshman year of high school last year, I was labeled and I despised it so much. The usual dyke, tranny, butch, queer, fag, faggot, all the names in the book got to me. But the funny part is, I thank them as well. Labels were meant for jars, boxes, and cans, not people. So for those who called me names, who whispered my name, and for the ones who called me all those words, made me stronger. When I was in 6th grade, I told one of my best friends at the time I was bisexual. The taunting, the physical and mental bullying never seemed to end. I started to understand the word rejection a lot. I was looking for love in all the wrong places, and I did some things I regret. 7th grade, I lost a lot of friends because all my friends who were girls thought I liked them, which I really didn't. Never really felt I fit in just right. I was more depressed, and everything made me feel bereft. Life didn't feel, if anything, was going anywhere until I was in music class. Without music, I wouldn't have a better way to cope with my feelings. But I remember one day, as clear as this day, I looked in the mirror and asked, who am I? This question seemed to boggle my mind, and the more time I thought about it, the more time I wasn't paying attention in class. This past January, I started working the music projections, and the best part about it was the studio was near my relatives to visit, and it wasn't that far a walk away from my house. April 15th was a Friday afternoon when I went to go to work in the studios. I always took the safety route, and I navigated myself down North Street, took a left on North Winooski Ave, past Java Espresso Cafe, and past the PTs, and there I see Katie. That I had known from school, trying to convince me to come to Friday night group. Let's just say that fight had no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But it was so worth the time, not in the studios. That night was when the GSAs from my own school BFA, and MVU, and some others came in for the Day of Silence Friday night group. That night, I listened in and shared my own story about coming out of the closet everybody thinks queer people stay in. And it was the first time in a long time I had an instance where I knew I was safe. And I was at Friday night group for a reason. May 13th, I came out at 1:53 a.m. to my friends at the time. It was a long night of dancing and walking with pride in downtown Brattleboro and full of educational classes when I told them, I think I'm a guy. And I'm proud to say this past Thursday was officially 5 months I've been out as a transgendered male. And I couldn't honestly be this far as Trevor without some amazing people in this room. My friends back in Bethlehem, friends and family members. And to everyone, thank you. Without you, I don't know where I'd be. Without you, I probably wouldn't be here right now. And to this, as my final note, I'll leave you this quote from Maya Angelou. I learned that people will forget what you said. People will forget what you did. People will never forget how you made them feel. Thank you.